In recent years, the idea of work-life balance has become an increasingly popular topic of conversation. Many believe balancing work, family, friends, and hobbies are the ultimate goal for a happy and fulfilling life. However, the pursuit of balance may actually be doing more harm than good. Today, we'd like to tell you why. Welcome to Money for the Movement, where purpose and profit align. If you get value from this video, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button to get notified when we release new material. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It tells us that we're doing something right and tells YouTube to get this content in front of more eyes. That's balance. Well, sort of. All right, let's talk about why balance is not always ideal. Here are 9 reasons why you shouldn't always strive for balance and what you should do instead. Number 1, balance is impossible to achieve. Okay, hold on. Before you start calling cap on us and saying that you have achieved balance before, listen to what we are saying. This so-called balance you achieved in the past, how long did it last? Was it 1 day, 1 month, 1 year? I mean, even contortionists and yogis can only stay in balance for a few minutes, if that. So maybe it's not that balance is impossible to achieve, but rather balance is impossible to maintain. Life is constantly changing and evolving. It's unpredictable, to say the least. This makes perfect balance an unrealistic goal to achieve at all times. The only things that can stay in balance for perpetuity are inanimate objects, like statues or rocks. The point is that they are not alive, but you are. So, unless you want to be rigid and stuck in one place forever, stop trying to be balanced all the time. Human life is not about being balanced, but rather trying your best to constantly adjust to new circumstances. Yes, that would give a sense of balance for a time period, but when the new adjustment comes, you'll be right back out of balance again. All right, number 2, balance creates unnecessary pressure. So if we just explain that balance is impossible to maintain, it only makes sense that striving for the impossible would be filled with a lot of pressures and stress, which is simply unnecessary. Think about it like this. Imagine trying to balance being a family person with a demanding career. There are only 168 hours in a week. If we get the recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep, that would translate to 49 to 63 hours per week. Next, as it concerns eating, the average meal takes around maybe 30 to 60 minutes to prepare and consume, for a total of around 1.5 to 3 hours per day. So you see, this adds up to 10.5 to 21 hours in a week. When you add a demanding 80 to 100 hour work week for some professions, you're left with roughly 30 hours for the week. And that's only if you take the lowest numbers possible from this equation. Now, with those 30 hours, you still need to shower, commute to work, or possibly go to the gym, or do some other activity to decompress and rejuvenate to keep you going. This could be another 10 to 15 hours combined. As you can see, there's not much time left to be a family person, which might still need to be divided into significant other time and children time, depending on your situation. Trying to maintain this type of schedule would create an extreme amount of stress if you allow it, which some turn to unhealthy energy drinks, caffeine, or even drugs to cope with. We don't want you to go down that path. So, rather than trying to balance work and family, focus on being present and enjoying each moment as it comes, which you guessed, can be unbalanced. Number 3, balance is subjective. So, you might have concluded that not everyone works an 80-hour work week or gets 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night. Some don't work out at all, and some work out religiously, clocking 4 to 6 days per week for 2 hours a session. Whatever category you fall in doesn't really matter. What matters is recognizing that everyone's life is different, and so the idea of balance is different for everyone too. What constitutes balance for one person may not work for another. Yet, so many times we try to keep our lives in balance based on arbitrary guidelines. We think that if we work 40 hours a week, we need to spend an equal or relatively equal amount of time with our families. Yet, if you ask Tim Ferriss, the author of the 4-Hour Work Week, if we go by the arbitrary rules of equality, would we only need to spend 4 hours a week with our families too to be balanced in this scenario? Do you see how silly this sounds? Most people who work only 4 hours a week want to spend more time with their families, not what is equal to their time clock. For some, balance is spending more time on their work than with their families, and everyone involved is okay with that. For others, it's the other way around. Again, all involved are on board. These examples can go on and on. The important thing to know is that we all have different values, goals, and priorities, and what may be considered balanced for one person may not work for someone else. Number 4, and this is an important one, balance can limit growth and progress. Striving for balance can limit growth and progress because it can lead to complacency and mediocrity. While seeking equilibrium is essential for a stable life, an excessive focus on balance may discourage risk-taking and innovation. In the relentless pursuit of equilibrium, you might resist spontaneous opportunities and experiences, fearing it will disrupt their carefully constructed routines. This fear stems from a desire to maintain the illusion of balance, but it can result in a nagging sense of missing out on exciting and enriching experiences. True progress often involves pushing boundaries, embracing change, and taking calculated risks. In contrast, an unyielding commitment to balance may stifle ambition and hinder the pursuit of excellence. Thus, sometimes a willingness to temporarily disrupt balance can be the catalyst for significant advancements and breakthroughs. Number 5, balance can lead to procrastination. Striving for balance can sometimes lead to procrastination when individuals become overly fixated on creating perfect equilibrium in their lives. In their pursuit of evenly distributing time and energy among various tasks, they may actually spend excessive time planning and organizing, becoming preoccupied with achieving the ideal balance before taking action. This overthinking and obsession with perfect allocation can delay actually doing the work they are planning for. This also leads to indecision. People may hesitate to commit to one task over another, fearing that it will disrupt their carefully crafted balance. This indecisiveness can paralyze them into inaction and right into procrastination. Number 6, balance can lead to burnout. When taken to extremes, striving for balance can paradoxically lead to burnout. People keen on achieving a harmonious life may place immense pressure on themselves to excel in every facet. Yet, this unrelenting pursuit can result in an overwhelming workload by trying to cram too much into each day. As you try to juggle all of your demands, you often overlook the signs of burnout, such as fatigue, emotional exhaustion, and reduced productivity. The fear of falling short of your self-imposed balancing act can drive you to push harder, thus neglecting essential self-care. Over time, this chronic stress can take a severe toll on physical and mental health. Number 7, balance can be boring. Balance can become boring when it results in a monotonous, predictable routine that lacks excitement and spontaneity. A perfectly balanced life might involve a set schedule, limited risks, and minimal deviations from the norm. While this can provide a sense of security and control, it can also stifle creativity and personal growth. In such cases, balance can transform into a mundane and uninspiring existence, limiting personal development and hindering the pursuit of novel and fulfilling experiences. Ultimately, the absence of challenges or new experiences can lead to a sense of stagnation and ennui. Number 8, striving for balance can lead to self-doubt. Striving for balance can lead to self-doubt when people set unrealistic expectations for themselves. They may constantly question their ability to evenly manage work, relationships, and personal pursuits, fostering doubt about their competence. Even more, the pressure to meet societal or self-imposed standards of balance can lead to comparisons with others who appear to have it all together. Such comparisons can intensify self-doubt as individuals believe they should emulate others' seemingly balanced lives. At the end of the day, the relentless pursuit of equilibrium can create a perfectionist mindset where any perceived deviation from the ideal balance can trigger feelings of inadequacy. Number 9, balance may not be necessary for success. This may surprise you. Contrary to popular belief, striving for balance may not always be necessary for success. Success is a subjective concept, and its definition varies from person to person. While balance can contribute to a well-rounded and fulfilling life, it's not a one-size-fits-all formula for success.
We are all different. However bad life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at.
In many instances, people who have achieved remarkable success in their careers or endeavors have done so through periods of intense focus and dedication. They might prioritize certain aspects of their lives over others during these concentrated efforts, such as being dominant in their sport at the cost of spending time with family. Such focused dedication can lead to breakthroughs and accomplishments that might not have been possible with a strict adherence to balance. Ultimately, the pursuit of success should align with personal values and goals, and individuals should feel empowered to define their own path to success, whether or not it adheres to conventional notions of balance. And that's our unbalanced list for today, Money Movers. The key takeaway is that while the idea of balance may seem like a lofty goal, it doesn't always require equal attention to every aspect of life. Sometimes it's okay to prioritize certain tasks and accept temporary imbalances to make progress. Innovation often thrives on disruption and pushing boundaries, which may temporarily disrupt balance. Also, true equilibrium involves periodic rest and flexibility. Neglecting these crucial components can lead to burnout, undermining the very goal one seeks to achieve: overall well-being and a fulfilling life. With that said, keep tuning in for more tips and tricks of how to make your quest for a purposely rich life more accessible. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you know when we release new content. Also, give this video a like and share your comments with us. We'd love to hear what you think. Thanks in advance, Money Movers. We'll see you next time.